Game 2 of this Mid-Plains League Cowden Cup Playoffs semifinals between the Baldwin City Blues and the Junction City Brigade. Baldwin City Blues are the home team tonight. They fell to the defending champions Junction City 13-1 last night at Raythert Stadium. But
welcome to the Baldwin City Ballpark, where for Game 2 of the Cowden Cup semifinal round, the Junction City Brigade will be taking on your very own Baldwin City Blues.
Lineups, well, I think you can hear them actually from our PA announcer Brett Gamber. So we'll let you read.
For our starting lineup for the Junction City Brigade,
read them off.
Is number 12 Jace Essig, in the 2-hole number 10 Carson Schrack, in 3-hole number 18 Braden Dinkle, in the 4-hole Jarek Braden, in the 5-hole number 8 Isaac Pregors, in the 6-hole number 33 George Andrews, in the 7-hole number 5 Dalton Nelson, in the 8-hole number 35 Keegan McDonald, in the 9-hole number 2 Zach Becker, and pitching for the Brigade is number 36 Jackson Cross.
So if you did not hear that, that is Essig, Schrack, Dinkle, Braden, Peggers, Andrews, Nelson, McDonald, Becker, and pitching is Cross. I will go over those once again in just a minute, but we're going to get ready for
now
the Blues
for your
lineup.
starting lineup for your Baldwin City Blues.
So we don't get copyright struck.
Leading off, center fielder number 5, Maverick Rockers.
I'm kidding, I'm just going to have him read him.
In the 2-hole, left fielder number 47, Brennan Johnson. Catching tonight for the Baldwin City Blues, number 19, Andrew Brubeck. In the 4-hole, shortstop tonight, number 18, Kuiper Kendall. Designated hitter tonight, number 9, Harrison Jewell. Playing second base tonight, number 7, Christian Kotwitz. In the 7-hole, number 23, Vincent Esposito. In the 8-hole, number 2, Gannon Grebe. In the 9-hole, playing third base tonight, number 24, Tyler Vinya. And pitching tonight for your Baldwin City Blues is number 22, Nick Brubeck. If you could all please stand as you are able for the playing of our national anthem.
And with that, we are about to start the game.
Good luck to both teams, and let's play ball.
Once again, I'm Joe Compton on the call tonight here on the Sunflower Sports Network. And unfortunately, once again, we don't have the scoreboard on as we're doing this off the phone. Well, the audio quality will suffer a little bit. However, we do get a wider camera view, so there are trade-offs to that. As Nick Brubeck will start the game. Brubeck will start the game for Junction City. Brubeck will start for Baldwin City. And reading off the Blues lineup in fielding order, it is Nick Brubeck pitching, Andrew Brubeck catching. First, second, and third is going to be Esposito, Kotwitz, and Tyler Vinya. Shortstop will be Mid-Plains League Player of the Year, Kuiper Kendall. And then left, center, right in the outfield is Brennan Johnson, Maverick Rockers, and Gannon Grebe. The first three up for Junction City is Jace Essig, Carson Schrack, and Braden Dinkle. as well. We will read off the Blues batting lineup one more time and the A's fielding lineup in the bottom half of the inning. Recapping last night's game, it was pretty much all Brigade. The Baldwin City got up to a 1-0 lead after, I believe it was the second inning, and then the Brigade just piled on with inning scores of 6, 5, and 2. Brigade surged to a 13-1 lead to take the 1-0 series lead and try to get back into the Cotton Cup Championship for the third year running.
Jace Essig.
But Jace Essig is going to lead them off to start off this game, see if they're going to look for the sweep. Pitch. No, hit pitch. Quick pitch. Brubeck's first pitch of the game is up and in play. No one knows where it is, but Andrew Brubeck is going to make the play. So, long play, pop fly. And then for this one, just take a catch set, so it's Brubeck. So that's going to be
Now batting second baseman number 10, Carson Schreck.
a P1 off just one pitch. So there's one away here in the top of the first inning, and that brings up Carson Schreck. And Schreck takes the first pitch in there for called strike one. Schreck is a Mid-Plains League All-League second baseman. We announced those today as he's going to send this one foul down the left field line. Count moves to 0-2. Other All-League players, we will announce them as they come. Jace Essig was one himself. As these two squads, as this one's hit to Kuiper Kendall at short. The throw to first is a little high, but in time. A 6-3 putout means 2 outs in just as many batters here in the top of this segment. So, look here. And then
That's what it is.
Yep.
Now batting shortstop number 18, Braden Dinkle.
That's going to bring up Braden Dinkle. We've made the short list, the honorable mention list for the All-League team. As Brubeck's first pitch is high for ball one, and actually the first ball he has thrown today. Brubeck's next pitch is high as well, so ball two. Brubeck gets one in the zone. Make the count 2-1. It's pretty hot here in Baldwin City. I believe it was in the 90s when I got here around 6 p.m. And actually it is. It's 90 degrees flat right now here in Baldwin City as that one goes foul. So the count is 2-2 with 2 outs. This pitch by Brubeck is low and through the legs of catcher Brubeck, although there's nobody on, so it does not matter. However, the count has gone full. The last time we saw Nick Brubeck start was against Junction City pretty early on in the season. He's had some injuries, so not been able to pitch, as this one is sent foul once again. So the count remains at 3-2. However, he has been one of Baldwin City's best pitchers when he was able to pitch. That role has been maybe usurped by Tyler Vigna, who is playing third base tonight. Payoff pitch, hit to Vigna, who will make the throw to first, and it is in time. So, no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on. A 1-2-3 inning. And with that, we're going to take a break. And when we are back, we'll have the bottom half of the first inning. Do not go anywhere. Maverick Rockers will lead off the bottom half of the first inning here in Baldwin City. As I'm going to read off the Junction City Brigade's
leading off center fielder number 5, Maverick Rockers.
Fielding lineup. It is Jackson Cross pitching, Becker catching. First, second, and third is Andrews, Schrack, and Peggers. It's Braden Dinkle at short, and the outfield left to right is Keegan McDonald, Jace Essig, and Dalton Nelson. But we start with Maverick Rockers, who has led off each game for Baldwin City in the postseason, as that one is going to go high for ball 1. Jackson Cross is, as this one is outside, ball 2. Cross is a native of nearby to Junction City, Russell. Just graduated there from Russell High School. As that one in there for called it strike 2. Russell had a pretty good season, as this one is low. However, he will be taking his talents to Cloud County Community College next season. Cloud is where a lot of the Junction City players play now, but another one another one high. So Maverick Rockers works a 5-pitch walk, and that's going to bring up Brennan Johnson.
Now batting left fielder number 47, Brennan Johnson.
As Johnson in all-league selection, as this one's just outside for ball 1. Johnson playing left field tonight, as he often did, but got his all-league selection in center field. The throw over to first, not in time. I only do them if they're actually up. And if you do that, I'll show you. Johnson's going to send this one up in the air. That is Isaac Peggers giving chase, and he makes the play. There's an option. Better foul.
Now batting catcher number 19, Andrew Brubeck.
So one away here in the bottom half of the first inning, and that's Andrew Brubeck up to the plate now. Brubeck, I said I was gonna announce them as they come. Andrew Brubeck, another all-league team selection, as he throws to first, once again not in time. Brubeck, his selection in the catcher role, which he so often occupies. As Rockers will go, the throw down to second is not in time, so credit a stolen base to Maverick Rockers and ball 2. So 2-0 here. With one out, the Blues have a runner in scoring position. As Rockers has kind of a big lead, but nobody guarding second to kind of even try to get him. But that next pitch is outside, so the count is 3-0. And this one outside as well, and actually past the glove of catcher Becker. So Andrew Brubeck works a 4-pitch walk, and with that, Maverick Rockers will also occupy third. And as this is happening, we're going to have a mound visit by pitching coach Aaron Eshelman. And as that happens, we're going to step aside and be back in just a moment. Do not go anywhere. Okay, we're back after that mound visit. Kuiper Kendall, the next batter up, he has runners at the corners with 1 out. It's the situation he likes to be in as he takes this pitch outside for ball 1. Kendall is the Mid-Plains League Player of the Year. Led the league in batting average. I believe 14 RBIs in league play. Is this one outside once again? Not only 14 RBIs, but a league-leading 3 triples. And as he was the Player of the Year, he ended up on the All-League team as he fouls this one off. Makes the count 2-1. Because he was on the All-League team, or he made the All-League team, but as a third baseman, even though typically a shortstop, but a lot of times those are pretty interchangeable as far as where everybody is. Unfortunately, I see the comment that says put the camera on the fence. I just can't do that because I'm in the press box, and if I put the camera on the fence, then as much as you might like it, you can't hear me talk. As that one is in there for called strike 2. So the count is full. Time is called. So the count is full. Runners at the corners with 1 out. Brubeck goes, and Johnson hits a hard ground ball into right field. Maverick Rockers will score. Credit another RBI to Kuiper Kendall, and the Blues have a 1-0 lead early.
Now batting designated hitter number 9, Harrison Jewell. So it was on play, single hard ground ball to right field.
So there are runners here at first and second as this pitch from Cross is outside. And it'll just not have to go. And count is 1-0. Harrison Jewell was an all-league honorable mention as he takes this one down low for ball 2. Harrison Jewell had a team-leading 4 home runs and hit a 5th in the Blues 10-9 win over the Bravos that secured the series sweep on Thursday in Leavenworth as that pitch is low for ball 3. The count is 3-0.
Go back to jump too if we win. We go back to jump
Tomorrow. The Cross looks back. Brubeck has a pretty healthy lead, and this pitch is going to go outside, so Brubeck can advance safely now. Everybody moves up a spot due to a walk, and that's going to bring up
batting second
Christian
baseman number
Cotwoods.
7, Christian Cotwoods.
And this is going to be head coach Garrett Francis at for a mound visit, and that's going to be Jackson Cross's day done, or yes, it is believed to be. So we will see who is up on the mound now, and as that happens, we're going to take a break and be back in just a moment. Do not go anywhere. We're back here at the bottom of the first inning. Jackson Cross's day is done. He's replaced by Trevor Laughlin. Trevor Laughlin is a native of Junction City, attendee of Lassen College, as this one is hit foul to the right side. This is Christian Kotwitz.
We had a player that went to Lassen College. We had a player that went to Lassen College.
As Trevor Laughlin's next pitch is hit just over the glove of the shortstop. Brubeck will score. The play at the plate is not in time. As that happens, Kotwitz will be thrown out at second, but Harrison Jewell will reach third safely. So that's going to be a single and an out on throw.
Here.
So 2 more runs. That is a 2 RBI single by Kotwitz. However, this is going to be a lot to...
Now batting first baseman number 23, Vincent Esposito.
right in. However...
Okay, so they can Kimbo Lewis here.
Got another ball for you guys.
All right. Here we go. Take it down to, you want to take it down to the home dugout.
Or, wait, yeah. Do almost play.
And then
Safe on throw. And then Kotwitz is out on throw. And then I'll just tell you what happens here. So this is Vincent Esposito.
out on last play.
Yeah.
Or constant.
Out on last play. Esposito. Lefty is this one is just inside for... I believe that is... Yes, ball 3. So the count is 3-0. Sorry, just had... check that myself, as this one is in there for called strike 1. Count 3-0, or excuse me, 3-1 now to Esposito. Esposito is going to hit this one to second base. The throw to first is in time. So that is the end of the inning, but not before. Let me make sure I have this right. 3 runs off 2 hits, no errors. And 1 left on base. The Blues take an early 3-0 lead here in the first inning. And after that, we will take a break and be back in just a little bit on the Sunflower Sports Network. Do not go anywhere. We're back here with the top of the second. We came off our break a little bit earlier to tell you there is a new pitcher here for Baldwin City. This is Tucker Russell. That means the end of the day for Nick Brubeck. Brubeck's final line, 3 batters faced, 11 pitches. No runs, no hits, no strikeouts.
Now pitching for the Baldwin City Blues is number 14, Tucker Russell.
He went a full inning. He faced 3, retired all 3. However, they were all balls that were put in play. But that is the end of Brubeck's day. And also, we can finally read you the final line for Jackson Cross. So both the runners, all 3 runners that scored were Cross's inherited. So Jackson Cross's final line will be 1/3 innings pitched. I believe that is 2 hits, 3 runs. All of those runs were earned, and then 3 walks to his credit.
How about designated hitter number 26, Jarek Braden.
We're here in the now as Jarek Braden steps up to the plate. Try and get something started for Baldwin, or for Junction City.
Be a big mile boost.
Here in the top of the second. As I said before, this is Tucker Russell. The new pitcher is this first pitch is in there for called strike 1. I wasn't sure how long Brubeck was going to be able to go. He had some injury issues. It would appear the number is 1 inning, as that one is fouled off. Count is now 0-2 to Jarek Braden. Jarek Braden is another all-league player. Well, I believe his might have been in the honorable mention. Unfortunately, I don't have the list in front of me. I will try to find that during the break, as this one is in there for called strike 3. 1 away here in the top of the second.
Now batting third baseman number 8, Isaac Peggers.
And this brings up Isaac Peggers, the third baseman, who is going to look to get something done. This one is way high for ball 1. Peggers in last night's game went 2 for 4 with a walk and a strikeout. As he takes this one high for ball 2. The 2-0 is going to be hit foul, so the count moves to 2-1. And time is, never mind, time is no longer called. As the pitch is in there and fouled off, so the count evens up at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch is hit into left field. Brennan Johnson giving chase. Will he make the grab?
Ooh.
Actually, yes, he will. They're saying he got it. However, he did land into the fence. But the out is recorded, so F7 it is. And Brennan Johnson looks a little okay. Ran into the Brooklyn Hall sign, but he is fine. And that brings up George Andrews.
Now batting first baseman number 33, George Andrews.
Andrews was 1 for 4 in last night's game. That one hit was a 2 RBI home run. As this pitch outside for ball 1. This pitch low from Russell. The count is now 2-0.
Looks like he's got Dippin' Dots.
Folks, if you're just now joining us, I'm seeing some new people as this pitch is high for ball 3. 3-0 the count. The Game situation right now, it is 3-0 Baldwin City here in the top of the second inning. There are 2 outs, nobody on. 3-0 the count, but we'll see what happens next. It's high for ball 4, so George Andrews works a 4-pitch walk, and he is the first Junction City base runner.
Dalton Nelson.
That brings up Dalton Nelson. Dalton Nelson, maybe the MVP of, actually, I couldn't even say he's the MVP. There are players that did play better than him. I'll tell you who that is when he comes back up. However, as this pitch is high for ball 1, Dalton Nelson went 3 for 5 with a home run, 2 runs, and an RBI in last night's game. Which, of course, was Junction City's first game of the playoffs, as this one goes high for ball 2 as their 22-3 record. Gave them the playoff bye. Kuiper Kendall is going to have a little bit of talk with Tucker Russell as he has thrown 6 balls in a row, and they try to talk his pitcher down a little bit and maybe get his pitches down. I believe all of those pitches really that Russell's thrown in the last 2 batters have all been pretty high. Perhaps, I mean, I'll say George Andrews is a pretty tall fella. As this one is put in play to Kendall. He's going to throw to first. That throw to first is fumbled by the first baseman Esposito. So that will be an error. And the inning will continue.
Now batting left fielder number 35, Keegan McDonald.
That brings up left fielder Keegan McDonald. McDonald, a 2-way player, played both ways last night. He was 0 for 3 with a ball and a strikeout with the bat. However, this one's in there for called strike 1. McDonald went 3 innings, no runs, no hits, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. As this one is low but well blocked by Brubeck.
New pitcher.
Excuse me, this is Gannon Grebe, and actually, I believe that is Andrew Brubeck in right field, so they've just switched spots. Gannon Grebe was in right field, and this one's going to go high for ball 2. The count is 2-1. McDonald is familiar to Baldwin City, played here last season. But took his talents to Junction City, which is probably closer to his hometown of Clay Center. However, he's going to put this one back to the pitcher Russell. The underhand toss to first is in time. So, no runs off, no hits, 1 error, 2 left on. Baldwin City leads 3-0 going into the bottom half of the second inning. And with that, we will take a break and be back in just a few minutes. Do not go anywhere. Gannon Grebe leads off the bottom half of the second inning, and I would like to issue a correction on Jackson Cross's final line. He actually had one hit, not two. The other hit is credited towards Laughlin. Now we're back with the top of the second inning. As this one is hit to right field, and the play will be made by Dalton Nelson. So just one pitch is needed to
Batting third baseman number 24, Tyler Vigna.
retire Gannon Grebe, and that brings up Tyler Vigna, who swings at the first pitch, and this one is hit into left field. Keegan McDonald giving chase, but this one is off the top of the fence, so tough luck for Tyler Vigna, but he's in there with a one-out double. However, he was a good bounce away from a home run, and I think Tanner Kilmer, never mind, he's just getting the batting equipment. We'll only do it one time for each team. Maverick Rockers leads off doesn't lead off, but he will continue. As I said, as Rockers will take this first pitch for ball one, and that's the first taken pitch of the inning. But just trying to finish the thought. Vinny was that ball bouncing forward from a home run. However, can't go wrong with a double, as this one is low and maybe away for ball two. Don't see that every day. But Maverick Rockers will swing and miss, so the count moves to 2-1. Rockers walked in his first at bat, stole a base in that at bat, and would later on go to score the Blues' first run as he takes this one low for ball three. The count 3-1. As time is called by, one of the players. And I'm seeing now customers from Smoking Joe in Iowa and Burlington, Iowa. If your support, as this one is low for ball four, and
Batting left fielder number 47,
that means
Brennan
2-on
Johnson.
for Brennan Johnson. And also, I believe Burlington, Iowa, home of the Burlington Bees of the Prospect League. Although that might have been another Burlington, so don't quote me on that. I hope I'm right. As this pitch is roped foul to the right side by Brennan Johnson in his first pitch of the at-bat. Johnson is 0 for 1 with a pop foul out in his first trip up. There are runners at first and second as this one catches the outside part of the zone. So Johnson quickly faces 0-2. The 0-2, low, ball one. Don't remember if I got to finish this thought before, but just going to shout out Trevor Laughlin. Did end up as an honorable mention on the all-league team with a few of his teammates that will tell you as they bat this one outside, so the count moves to 2-2. Johnson steps off. I'd like to tell you about the other game in the the Cowden Cup semifinals. Game 2 between the Midwest A's and the Topeka Warhawks went the way of the A's, who scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th to win that one. As I said, 7-6 the score on that, as that one is roped foul, so the count remains at 2-2. So that game will be, or the series is tied up, and we will move to Game 3. Game 3 will be tomorrow in Topeka. Honestly, as this one is hit foul, obviously a winner of that advances to the Cowden Cup Championship Series, where they will face either the Brigade or should the Blues win this, and then tomorrow that one as well. But we got to get through this game first. It's 2-2, and this one is chopped to second base. The throw to first is in time, so Johnson is retired.
Now batting right fielder number 19, Andrew Brubeck.
But that moves everybody up a space for right fielder Andrew Brubeck. Brubeck takes a big swing and miss for strike one. Brubeck is 0 for 0 on the day, advanced via a walk as he puts this one in play for right now, and it looks like it's going to stay there. And he's on with a single. That one just kind of died in the grass. Once it got in the grass, it did not go anywhere, but credit Andrew Brubeck with an RBI single.
Now batting shortstop number 18, Kuiper Kendall.
As that brings home Tyler Vigna, and Maverick Rockers moves to third. So the Baldwin City Blues have runners at the corners with 2 outs, and Kuiper Kendall, who is 1 for 1 with a run on the day himself. His first pitch is low for ball 1. I keep forgetting. So 1-0 the count here to Kendall. As Kendall's going to send this one into left field. Keegan McDonald giving chase, but it's going to fall at the wall. Brubeck is being sent home. The throw to home will be not in time. And pitcher Trevor Laughlin can't believe it. And I'm going to be honest, I can't believe it either. But credit that, a 2 RBI double. And Garrett Francis is going to talk this one over with our home plate umpire. But for right now, either way, it is a double. We'll see if that is 1 RBI or 2. And they are. I don't think. I'm not even gonna try to talk this one over. I don't think Garrett Francis is too happy about this.
Number 9, Harrison Jewell.
Either way, Harrison Jewell is the new batter, and credit Kuiper Kendall with 2 RBIs there. On the double, Brubeck scored from first, and Rockers scoring as well. So the score is now 6-0 in favor of the home team with 2 outs. Kuiper Kendall at second base for Harrison Jewell, another player who is 0 for 0 with a walk. Jewell takes this first pitch. High for ball 1. Laughlin second pitch is low for ball 2. And the count is 2-0. Harrison Jewell is going to hit this one into left field. Foul. If it is fair, it's gone. I believe it's foul. As the speed in which it went off Harrison Jewell is bad. It just kind of went out of my field of view. I'm not terribly. I mean, my vision's not terribly great to begin with, and then
that was a good 20 feet out.
When you get the sun, yeah. But that one was long gone as a fan in left field picks it up and tosses it to the nearest kid. We have a promotion here at the ballpark where if you bring a foul ball, you get a free piece of candy, and we usually get a lot of the same kids. But back to the game, the count is 2-1 as Jewell takes this one in there for a called strike 2.
That was a piece of candy.
So the count is 2-2 now with 2 outs. Warren Harrison Jewell, runner on second. This is the bottom as Jewell swings. It will be a drop third strike. However, the throw to first is in time. So there's a drop third strike one right there. So that is the end of the inning. However, 3 runs off 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. Baldwin City leads 6-0 as we go into the top of the 3rd inning. Zach Becker leads off the top of the 3rd for Baldwin City, Junction City. Sorry, it's just been one of those games. Junction City currently needing something there. Currently down 6-0 here in the top of the 3rd inning. As Becker takes the first pitch, low for ball 1. Becker is a Mid-Plains League honorable mention. All leagues, this one inside nearly hits him, however does not. This is Tucker Russell out for another inning work. But Becker an honorable mention, also an all-star, but usually if you're an all-star usually if you make your way on the all-league list, you were probably an all-star, as that one goes high for ball 3. However, it just sounds better if you say it, both of them. Sounds better for the player, and it sounds like I know what I'm talking about too. But this pitch is high, so Zach Becker works a leadoff walk. And that's going to return to the top of the order. That will be
fielder number 12, Jace
Essig, who, in not just the first at bat of the game, the first pitch of the game, popped out to the catcher. That was, at the time, Andrew Brubeck. Is now gaining Brubeck in right field. They just did the old switcheroo. So this pitch is low for ball 1. Essig, another All-Star Game participant. Actually, he is an All-League player. Essig in the All-Star Game was, I think, like 4 for 5 or something crazy like that. Also ended up getting the win for the West. That pitch, as this one is inside for ball 2. Essig also recently had played at Emporia State, but in the last couple days committed to play at NAI McPherson College. So he will be a Bulldog next season as he takes that pitch in there for called strike 1. But in last night's game, Essig went 1 for 5 with 1 RBI and 1 run and struck out one of these times. However, this one's going to get hit to Vinia at second. So that's fielder's choice. Vinia at third, who made the throw to second. However, that was Christian Kotwitz, who just decided to eat it.
Number 10, Carson Schreck.
So that's going to be a fielder's choice. As the way that Jace Essig advances. However, he will be on. However, there is 1 out for Carson Schreck. Schreck is 0 for 1 himself as he throws over to first, not in time.
No, this he was in time. He just started the next.
Well, or the... Actually, I wasn't even in time to seeing it, so I just saw there was First baseman Vincent Esposito holding the ball and a safe signal. As he throw over to second. Tag applied, just not in time. Essig is pretty quick on the base pass. As Essig will go. Will he get in there? Yes, he will. That ball ended up in left field, so I'm going to say that is a... I think that's an error, but I don't know who it's on. Just hit that and then click who you think it's on. But either way, that'll be an error in which Jace Essig will advance. It's going to be an E3. As our general consensus in the press box. Sometimes I'm not sure myself, but this ball is going to get hit to Christian Kotwitz at second base. He throw over to first in time. So 2 outs now, but Jace Essig is now on third base.
Now batting shortstop number 18, Braden Dinkle.
With 2 away, and that is Braden Dinkle stepping up. And Tucker Russell on 28 pitches. Thought I would update you guys on that number. As this pitch is inside. 4-1. This pitch is hit up into the air and actually behind us. Fouled. So the count moves to 1-1. That pitch was outside. Sorry, folks, for 2-1. Now make the count 2-2. For Tucker Russell, 2-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the third. And this pitch just outside. Sometimes that was a pretty close one, but the count goes full. Definitely not questioning the home plate umpire's decision. That's one of those that you sometimes see be called strike 3. This one will be low. So Braden Dinkle works himself a 2-out walk, and Junction City has runners at the corners for Jarek Braden.
Now batting designated hitter number 26, Jarek Braden.
Jarek Braden is 0 for 1 tonight. With a looking, that is the only strikeout. Actually, up until Harrison Jules dropped third strike to finish the second inning, it was the only strikeout of the game. However, last night, Jarek Braden was 5 for 6 with a double, a home run, 3 RBIs, and 3 runs. And he swings big on the first one, but catches nothing but air. So the count moves to 0-1. Runners at the corners, as I said. It's 0-1 with 2 outs. This one low for ball 1 in the second pitch. So that makes the count 1-1. Baldwin City currently leading at 6-0 here in the top of the third if you are just now joining us. As this ball is going to get hit into shallow left field, and Brennan Johnson will make the play. So that is going to do it here in the top of the third. No runs off, no hits. 1 error, 2 left on. Baldwin City still leads.
Baldwin City Companion Animal Hospital is a proud sponsor
6-0
for
here
Blues.
going into
Whether
the bottom
you're
of the third
needing
inning,
veterinary
and with
services
that, we
for your
will
small
take a
pet
break
or your
and
largest
be
farm
back
animals, see
in
Dr.
just a
Tim
moment. Do
Jones
not
at
go
Baldwin City.
anywhere. Christian Kotwitz leads off the top of the bottom of the third inning. As the home team Baldwin City leading 6-0 here in the top of the third. The bottom of the third. We were just in the top. We're now in the bottom. My brain's all scrambled. And this one is going to hit Christian Kotwitz. Only it takes one pitch by Trevor Laughlin for that to happen. But Christian Kotwitz is
batting first baseman number 23, Vincent Esposito.
Via an HVP, and actually Christian Kotwitz leads the Blues in HVPs. I think that is 7 for him now. As he throws over to first, is actually going to get away from the first baseman Andrews, and Christian Kotwitz is on board. I'm going to credit an E1 there, as that was a throwing error. It was pretty hard and pretty low. For sure. So Christian Kotwitz on now second base with nobody out. As this pitch to Esposito is outside for ball one. Esposito is 0 for 1 with a ground out. That ground out ended the first inning. This one is going to get hit into left center field, and Vincent Esposito on with a single. Runners at the corners with no outs here for Baldwin City.
How about catcher number 2, Gannon Grebe.
Gannon Grebe is the new batter now. Grebe is 0 for 1 himself, faced just one batter. Just one pitch. That pitch was an L9. I had it as an L9 at least. But he's going to swing at this one, and it's going to go foul. As Christian Kotwitz kind of playing around with Isaac Peggers at third base. They kind of ran into each other, and Kotwitz put up the gloves, but it was all in good fun. And we're now back in action. But Greaves going to send this one to opposite field. However, it will get caught by the right fielder Dalton Nelson. So credit that another L9 for Grebe. One away here in the bottom of the third. And with that happening,
how about third baseman number 24, Tyler Vigna.
Both Esposito and Kotwitz held up at their respective bases, so still runners at the corners with one out. This is Tyler Vigna, who swings on first offering and misses. So the count moves to 0-1. Vigna is 1 for 1 with a double that could very well be a home run. However, it is a double as he swings there, fouls that one off, so the count moves to 0-2. The 0-2 pitch is swung on and fouled. So still 0-2. Tyler Vigna is a Mid-Plains League All-League player, however, received that in the relief pitcher category. However, just as easily maybe could have gotten it in utility. There are more spaces for relievers than there are utility players, as that one is low for ball one. So the count is 1-2. The 1-2 pitch to Vigna is once again low, so the count moves to 2-2. So runners at the corners as Kotwitz goes. This one is hit high into left field. I believe that will be Keegan McDonald under it, and he will. However, Christian Kotwitz is going to tag up from
and
third base.
One of the players because he wants one of them.
Do that. So I'm going to count that as a sac fly that will bring Kotwitz, or that brought.
Now batting center fielder number 5, Maverick Rockers.
that brought home Christian Kotwitz. So the lead is now 7. As Esposito was held up at first base. And the ensuing flyout. As that pitch is low for ball 1. This is Maverick Rockers, who is 0 for 0 thus far. However, this is his 3rd trip to the plate, but none of them have qualified to be at bats. They're both walks. As Esposito catches the ire of Laughlin, who will step up and go again. Esposito really likes to kind of shuffle around even more so than maybe other players, as this one is hit too short. The throw to first is on a bounce, but in time. However, 1 run off 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left on. We move to the top of the 4th. The Blues lead 7-0 now, and with that, we're going to take a break and be back in just a short while. Do not go anywhere. We're here with the top of the 4th inning.
Now batting third baseman number 8, Isaac Peggers.
Isaac Peggers leading off proceedings here in the top of the 4th, as I said. Peggers is 0 for 1 with a fly out to left field as he swings and misses at that first one. Count is 0-1 here early to Peggers. This pitch by Tucker Russell is low for ball 1. Russell never really did an introduction on him. An Olathe South Falcon, now a Highland Scotty, as this pitch is outside for ball 2. And the count is 2-1. You guys trying to phone? And we have 2 Blues in here in the booth. We have starter Nick Brubeck and Harrison Loudon. What's up? Yeah, just talk as loudly as this pitch is upstairs for ball 4.
Now batting first baseman number 33, George Andrews.
Brings it up George Andrews, who is the first base runner of the game for Junction City. He advanced via a walk, however, was stranded on the bases. As Nick, you pitched an inning. How was that?
It was good. Good to get back out there. Good to see some good hitters, a good team, and just get a feel for things again.
When was the last time you threw before tonight? Because I was trying to figure that out, and I think I had it as last time against Junction City.
Yeah, last time.
Okay. So this pitch is... That pitch is inside for, I think, ball 1. And did you really expect that the game would go like this so far, either of you?
It's been a good start for the boys. Good mentality on the day, We came here and knew it's win or go home, and we want to keep playing.
And I want to keep talking. Well, I don't really want to keep talking, but I'd like to have the opportunity at least. maybe see a championship series. But we got to get through this game first, as that pitch is in there for a called strike one.
I like this matchup for Tucker Russell on the hill.
They're old
Good.
teammates.
Good lefty.
This one is hit into center field and corralled by Rockers. So that is one away here in the
Now batting right fielder number 5.
top of the fourth
Dalton
inning.
Nessel.
So
Nelson.
both of you guys are pitchers. Tell me kind of what you've seen from all 4 of the pitchers that we've seen tonight and what stood out and impressed you.
I just gotta say that starter for Baldwin City was electric to start off the game. I think he really got things rolling.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Junction City kids have been struggling a little bit, but they're a good team with a lot of good pitches. So we'll see how they respond in the coming innings.
And I really never should have let Nick talk about himself, but I would agree. He threw pretty well, went 1, 2, 3. Very pitch to contact, all 3 put in play, but can't ever complain as Russell throws over to first again.
Yeah, speaking about the Baldwin guys, the first guy that came out, didn't look like he was throwing very hard, but he looked like he really wanted to be there. We've upped the velo a little bit with Tucker Russell, so let's see how that plays in our favor.
And I've seen Nick Brubeck play a lot of positions. I saw him play right field in the All-Star game. Even had a strikeout swinging to his credit, but
it was a beautiful swing.
I'm 1 hit away from batting 500.
That's right.
that is true, as this pitch is high, so the count is 3-0 to Dalton Nelson. Nelson is 0 for 1, advanced via an error in the second. However, was stranded on the base pass. I'm not really sure how Keegan McDonald got out because I forgot to write it down, but I guess I'll get there. But that one's inside, doesn't hit Nelson as he's on with a 4-pitch walk. So that is
Now batting left fielder number 35, Keegan McDonald.
move the boats to Isaac Peggers.
Coach Rusty here, making a little mound visit, calming the guys down. Speaking some words of wisdom from his many, many years as a pitcher.
What do you think he's talking about?
Oh, he's telling him, he's from.
We're just loud in here.
Just
That always does.
It doesn't work. Let's switch that word. So let's do
No.
Anyways, this is going on. Lincoln Whalen is going to step off the mound, or not step off the mound, but make his way back to the dugout, and Harry can finish his thought.
I just think he's telling him, calm down. He's a good pitcher. He just needs to get it over the plate and let the boys field behind him. Got a great fielding team this year. So,
Mid-Plains Player of the Year, short term.
Dude, that is Kuiper Kendall, as I said, and Kendall is, I believe, 2 for 2 with a couple RBIs as well. It's this one by McDonald's going to get hit to Vinny. The throw to second in time, to throw to first. A rise, so that will score Peggers. As the McDonald is not McDonald can't be tagged out at second, as Peggers will be the first to score, so that will be a fielder's choice that will retire McDonald, or that will see McDonald get on. And then in E4, actually it's not an E4 because it's a double play, but Nelson is out via 5-4, and this is now Zach Becker, who takes the first pitch high for ball 1. It's 1-0, and Becker represents the bottom of the lineup with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Becker is 0 for 0 himself with a walk. However, it was retired as part of a fielder's choice, and this one is hit to Kotwitz, the throw to first in time. So after all that, 1 run off, no hits, 1 error, 1 left on. We're going to move to the bottom of the 4th inning after a break. Do not go anywhere. Brennan Johnson leads off the bottom of the 4th inning. The Baldwin City Blues leading 7-1, and if you're just joining me, I have 2 Blues pitchers in the press box with me, as Harrison Loudon and Nick Brubeck. And, well, they've just been kind of saying whatever comes to their mind, or whatever I ask them, but Johnson has taken 2 pitches out of the zone for balls. Johnson will send this one into right field, so he is on board with a leadoff single, and he is now 1 for 3
Now
on the
batting
day.
outfielder number 19, Andrew Brubeck.
That brings up Andrew Brubeck, brother of Nick, who is 1 for 1 today. Start back to first is not in time. Would you like to see Andrew put one out here?
Oh, yeah. He's due for one, I'd say. It'd be kind of cool.
I think his 1 home run of the year came against Junction City. That was actually at Satter Field on the campus of beautiful, most of the time, Baker University. That was a 3-run home run. That was all 3 of the Blues runs. They would later go on to lose that game 4-3. As Laughlin throws home, that one catches the inside part of the zone. Makes the count 1-1. Also on first as Brubeck swings at this one. It's going to go foul, however. Can't replicate his tricks from the last at bat where he put one in the grass and just kind of stayed there.
Just clean it out.
He'll find a gap in left field.
Brubeck's really having to wipe back here as the pitcher on the mound, some would say, is pitching below the speed limit at this point in time. which can be very effective in college baseball. So we'll see how this matchup.
I'd say he's pitching above the speed limit around here in Baldwin City, but probably below like I-70. If we want to get technical, it's speed limit's around 60 on Highway 56. Doesn't stop me from going between 70 and 75, however. As Brubeck will swing and miss, and the throw over to Johnson will not be there, and Johnson kind of hesitating himself, but will end up staying
Now
at
batting
first.
shortstop number
I don't
18,
think
Kuiper
he was
Kendall.
really gonna beat a throw out there, but Kendall brings up Kuiper Kendall, who is 2 for 2 on the day with a single and a double. As Trevor Laughlin's really tried to get Brennan Johnson. Actually, he's thrown over quite a few times, and I guess with pickoffs, you just kind of do it until you get one, and so at that point, you're right. A broken clock is right twice a day, but it has not come up for either of those times, as Kuiper Kendall will hit this one into center field, as the throw made, or the catch was made by Essig. However, the throw to double up Brennan Johnson is overthrown, so count that an F8. But the double play will not be there. As there's now 2 outs
Now batting
here
designated hitter
in
number 9, Harrison Jewell.
the bottom of the 4th.
You dropping? Really?
Yeah.
Dude, please don't fuck out.
Well, this brings up Harrison Jewell, who will take the first pitch in there for called strike 1. Jewell is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. They dropped their strike, but obviously did not advance to first base. Had a walk to his credit, but was stranded on in the 3rd at bat, and Laughlin throws over to first again. You would say maybe the 4th, 5th, 6th times the charm, but he's not found Johnson just yet. Johnson goes, however,
Just kidding.
never mind. He realizes as Zach Becker pops up that he might not reach second safely, and quickly walks back. However, the count is now 1-1.
Because home run's not, foul ball's not get a bag of chips.
Jewell will hit this one, as it is not crowned by Isaac Peggers. I'm going to give that a single. So Harrison Jewell on with a 2-out single, and runners on first and second for Christian Kotwitz, who is 1 for 1 on the
Now batting
day
second baseman number 7, Christian Kotwitz.
with a 2 RBI single, as well as a hit by pitch. He would score on the hit by pitch. And the last time we saw Kotwitz get hit by a pitch, the next at bat he got hit by another one. So we'll see what happens here. But I don't think Laughlin would like the bases loaded even with 2 outs, and Kotwitz will swing and miss at that first one, so that makes the count 0-1.
He's got the Gary Sheffield going on now. Well, that was it.
As lights are on here in Baldwin City, the sun not completely down, so they haven't taken effect as Johnson will go.
Caught him lacking.
Never mind, time was called, so Johnson's going to have to go back. I don't know who called time there, but there was a throw home. So, no ball there, and Johnson still on second base, however. Count 0-1, now 0-2, as that one is fouled to the right side of by Kotwitz. So count 0-2 here with 2 outs. Haven't done a score update in a while. Baldwin City leads 7-1, as this one is a line to right field. And that is Dalton Nelson laying out to make the catch. So That'll be it here in the bottom of the fourth. No runs off, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on. We move to the top of the fifth after a short break. Do not go anywhere.
Now batting center fielder number 12, Jace Essig.
Jace Essig leads off the top of the fifth inning for Junction City. Junction City currently trailing 7-1 against Baldwin City. And Cal Urish is the new pitcher for Baldwin City, as Essig swings and misses at first offering. That means that Tucker Russell's day is done. I don't have his stat line in front of me, but I will read it off in just a moment, as Urish's next pitch in there for called strike 2. We have a decent crowd here tonight in Baldwin City, as Essig sends this one up the other way into center field. He is on with a leadoff single here in the top of the fifth inning. That brings up Carson Schrack.
Number 10, Carson Schrack.
So Carson Schrack, in his third at bat, currently 0 for 2 as he faces the first pitch, called strike 1.
Really?
This pitch low for ball 1.
Did not know that.
So the count is 1-1. Nobody out with 1 on. The 1 on is Jace Essig. As this pitch by Urish, low for ball 2. So the count 2-1. For Junction City. This one is hit the other way into right field. However, Andrew Brubeck tries to line out to make that play, will not make it. So credit a single to Schrack. Essig gets over to third. So runners at the corners with nobody out. And that brings up Braden Dinkle.
Now batting shortstop number 18, Braden Dinkle.
Dinkle is 0 for 1 today. However, has a walk to his credit. Would be stranded on that play though. or on, well, after the walk. His next pitch is high for ball one. So 1-0 the count here, as this one is in there for called strike one. Count moves to 1-1. So 1-1 here. Runners at the corners with nobody out, and Dinkel's going to send this one into right center field. It will be Andrew Brubeck trying to make the play on it, and he does. Essig from third base. The throw dropped. However, that will not be an error. Credit a sac fly to Braden Dinkel. Essig will score. The score now 7-2.
Now batting designated hitter number 26, Jarek Braden.
And as Carson Schrack is now on second base, this brings up Jarek Braden. Braden, as I said, well, really lived up to his designated hitter name last night. Went 5 for 6, as I said earlier, with a double and a home run. And Junction City would really like a home run by Braden to kind of breathe some life into them, as they currently trail 7-2 here in the top of the fifth. That pitch was fouled off by Braden, so the count is 0-1. Pushing track on second base. This pitch hit the other way. Another single, as Jarek Braden will advance via second on the throw. However, that is only a single. So a single for Braden, advanced on the throw to second base. Carson Schrack on third. So Junction City has runners on second and third with just one out. As Garrett Francis continued, well now finished retrieving Braden's hitting equipment. As Isaac Peggers this one low, but through the legs of, or not through the legs, but just blocked and bounced the other way by Grebe. So Schrack will score there, and Braden advancing to third. And with that, the count is now 0-1. Or excuse me, 1-0. And the score now 7-3. The outs are still the same though, as this one is fouled off by Peggers, so the count is 1-1. Peggers is 0 for 1 on the day with a flyout, but a walk, and scored the Brigade's first run this past inning with that walk. This one is blocked by Grebe, so the count moves to 2-1. Here's his next pitch. Low, ball 3. The count is 3-1 to Isaac Peggers. This is Cal Urish pitching. If you're just now joining us, he replaces Tucker Russell, who, as Peggers fouls that one off, the count moves to 3-2. With one out, so 3-2-1 descending. I'm seeing a 5 number and a 7. I don't think I can go 7-1 pretty quickly, as Peggers swings and misses. So strikeout number 1 for Cal Urish, strikeout number 2 for the Blues overall.
Now batting first baseman number 33, George Andrews.
Peggers goes down swinging, which makes it 2 outs here in the top of the 5th for George Andrews. His first pitch by Urish to Andrews is low for a ball. Andrews is 0 for 1 himself. I know you've heard that quite a lot, and he did it pretty much the same way as everybody else, a flyout and a walk. He was the Brigade's first base runner of the game, however, was stranded at second base, or at second base in the top of the second. He has faced 2 pitches. They are both balls, so 2-0 is the count as this one is hit deep into right field, and I think it's gone. Actually, no, that will be Andrew Brubeck making the play on it. However, he cannot corral it. So that will be Braden scoring, and I'm going to say an E9 there. But Andrew's now at second base. As that one was hit so deep that I just
Dalton Nelson
thought it was gone right away. However, that was not the case, and it scores Jarek Braden. So the score is now 7-4. Junction City has now scored 4 unanswered. Runner on second with 2 outs, and this one is blocked by Grieve, but goes to the third base side. So Andrews on third via a wild pitch. At least I would say that is. Maybe a pass ball, just depends how you score it. We're going to have a little bit of a conference between the players. I think Vincent Esposito kind of said what he wanted to say, and he's now back retreating to first base, and now all the guys are getting there. I think just kind of rallying around Cal Urish and telling him, things are going to be okay. Focus on the batter at hand. Well, actually, I don't even really know how these things go. When I played baseball, I was always in the outfield. So, I don't know what they say, but that's what I would imagine.
Joe, when I was playing infield, we were always doing stuff that would just kind of like enlighten the mood, just crack a joke every once in a while, but...
Take the mind off the pitcher as this one is fouled off, so the count moves to 1-1.
That was just something to, get the mind off something else and, just keep it positive vibes.
Yeah, I've heard the whole take your mind off of it technique. Just say the most random thing that comes to mind. I've heard all of it. As this pitch is outside 4-2, so the count is 2-1.
It does give a good advice, though, because most of these players are pitchers, too. So
as this one is hit to Kuiper Kendall at short, the throw to first is in time. So, Dalton Nelson goes via a 6-3 putout, but before that, 3 runs off 3 hits, 1 error, 1 left on base. That runner was left on third base. Junction City has cut the lead. It is now 7-4 going into the bottom of the 5th inning. With that, we're going to take a break and be back in just a minute. This is the Sunflower Sports Network. Do not go anywhere.
Now batting first baseman number 23, Vincent Esposito.
Vincent Esposito will lead off the bottom of the 5th here in Baldwin City. We have chips now.
Yeah.
Vincent Esposito takes the first pitch for ball 1.
Strike 1.
It was strike 1. But that one was ball 1, so the count is 1-1. Sorry. Trying to get pulled away from doing broadcast as this one is hit into shallow center field, and Vincent Esposito on with a leadoff single here in the bottom of the 5th inning. I've done that so many times, and maybe one day I'll learn.
Now batting catcher number 2, Gannon Grebe.
This will be Gannon Grebe trying to advance Esposito. So far, Grebe has put the ball in play twice. He is 0 for 2 as this one is low for ball 1. He's 0 for 2 via 2 L9s. As this pitch by Trevor Laughlin is outside, so the count is 2-0. This is Trevor Laughlin out for another inning of work, and I believe this is, well, he came in with 1 out in the 2nd, as this one is, well, Esposito went, and that was a fly out to center, so double play will get Esposito and bring
Now batting
up
third base
Tyler
number
Vigna.
24, Tyler Vigna.
Esposito, well, it looked like it might have gotten down. However, that may have been just me misreading it. However, Essig made the play pretty quickly as Vigna sends this one to second base. Track, all he has to do is just throw it over. So, no runs off, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on. That is a backdoor 1-2-3. And we move to the top of the 6th. Baldwin City leading Junction City 7-4. And with that, we're going to take a break and be back in just a few minutes. Do not go anywhere. Keegan McDonald leads
Now
off
batting left
the
fielder
top
number
of the
35,
6th.
Keegan McDonald.
Here in Baldwin City, his squad, the Junction City Brigade, down 3 to Baldwin City. The score is 7-4 in favor of the home team, and this is Cal Urish out for another inning of work. This will be inning number 2 for him. Gave up 3 runs in the last inning as this one low and inside for ball 1, however, did not hit McDonald. McDonald is 0 for 2, has a ground out and a fielder's choice to his credit. He did advance on fielder's choice. This one is outside for ball 2. Nice pitch by Urish. High for ball 3, and you could kind of tell McDonald maybe thought about swinging that, but he didn't. As this one is in there for called strike 1. The count now 3-1. It's Urish kind of working pretty quickly as I'm Trying to clean off my glasses in time to see it, and I do. It's hit to short to Keegan or to Kuiper Kendall. The throw to first on a rope in time. So one away here as Kuiper Kendall retires his future Washburn teammate.
Zach Becker.
As that brings up Zach Becker. Becker, a Coffeyville Red Raven, but before that was a Rock Creek Mustang. Played his high school ball in St. George at Rock Creek. Has always been a very good program, even as they've moved up from 3A to the 4A ranks. But he is now in another quite a good school, that is Coffeyville, as this one is inside. As his head coach here, Garrett Francis, is an assistant in Coffeyville. As this pitch is hit to left field, Brennan Johnson trying to track it, and he makes the grab. So 2 away here in the top half of the 6th inning. That's going to bring up Jace Essig.
Now batting center fielder number 12, Jace Essig.
Jace Essig is 1 for 3. Had a single to lead off the... Yes, had a single to lead off the top half of the last inning, and he would later go on to score. However, he fouls that one off. Essig, a Mid-Plains League All-Star and All-League, a member of the All-League team, took the year off last season in the league. As he swings and misses, the count is now 0-2. However, the before that, as
Good breaking ball.
Essig kind of makes a move, turns, maybe twists the shoulders a little bit, but does not bring the bat around. So that's low for ball 1. Cal Yurish did kind of want to peel down to first, where our
Good breaking ball.
that breaking ball is in there for called strike 3, so it did not matter anyway. No runs, no hits, no errors. That is a 1-2-3 inning, and with that, we will take a break before we are back here at the top of the 7th, or excuse me, the bottom of the 6th. We're going to take a break. Do not go anywhere. Maverick Rockers leads off the bottom of the 6th inning
Now batting center fielder number 5, Maverick Rockers.
here in Baldwin City. The Baldwin City leads Junction City 7-4. Going in here, this will be the bottom of the 6th, as I said before. And this brings up Maverick Rockers, who takes the first pitch in there for called strike 1. Maverick is 0 for 1. However, as he takes that pitch inside, he has walked twice and scored both of those times. As he takes that pitch low for ball 1. This is Still Trevor Laughlin out for his pretty much 5th inning work, as this one is hit opposite field. However, that will be corralled, and Maverick Crockers goes down via
Now batting
a
left fielder number
F9.
47, Brennan Johnson.
That brings up Brennan Johnson, who is 1 for 3 himself.
What the?
As
Scoreboard just turned
he
off.
hits that to the right side. The throw to first is in time. Actually overruled by the home plate umpire. He says safe. So Brennan Johnson on with a 1-out single.
Now batting right fielder number 19, Andrew Brubeck.
Did a good job of beating out that throw. It was awful close, hence the maybe disagreement between the two umpires, but overall, not sure what method really, whether it was in time, off the bag, ball dropped, or anything like that. However, this is Andrew Brubeck who takes the first pitch. Low for ball 1. Brubeck is 1 for 2 with a walk, a strikeout. It's the your favorite game. It's Trevor Laughlin throwing at Brennan Johnson. I won't fault him for it, but it does seem to happen quite frequently. As Laughlin throws home, his pitch is inside, maybe a little low too, but it is ball 2. This one is
Some good old chin music.
would have probably maybe just barely missed the back of Andrew Brubeck's helmet. However, he does a good job to get out of the way. So the count is 3-0, and I did just kind of think of a thought as it relates to baseball, and maybe one of my non sequiturs is this is another ball, so that is a 4-pitch walk. And there are 2 on here with 1 out.
Now
And
batting
that brings
shortstop
up
number 18, Kuiper Kendall.
Kuiper Kendall. And my thought, kind of since the introduction of helmets to baseball, makes you wonder, as Zeke Reason will replace Andrew Brubeck on first base. Pitch. So that will be Zeke Reason as a pinch runner and presumably replacing Andrew Brubeck. But since the introduction of helmets, if you get hit in the head, well, not only are you safer, there is theoretically more surface area, as Kendall hits this one into right center field. However, Jason Essig will corral that. So another F8 for Kuiper Kendall makes it 2 outs here in
Now
the
batting
bottom of the
designated hitter
5th
number 9, Harrison Jewell.
for Harrison Jewell.
About 73 for him.
No, that's
Zeke Reed,
number
16.
16. This pitch to Jewell is
Low.
low for ball 1. So Jewell is, as I said, 1 for 2 as he swings and fouls this one off. It's going to go out of play. Count now 1-1. Finishing my thought from before, just because I thought it was interesting enough to get out the entire thing. If you get hit in the head, you have more surface area to hit. Therefore, it's probably easier. And balls as this one is hit into left field. However, this is left fielder Tegan McDonald under it. He will make the grab. So that is it here in the bottom of the 6th. No runs off 1 hit, no errors. 2 left on. We move to the top of the 7th inning. It is still 7-4 in favor of Baldwin City. With that, we will be back after a short break. Do not go anywhere. Because it is. Carson Schrack leads off the top of the 7th inning. His squad trailing 7-4 as Cal Urish's first pitch of the inning in there for called strike 1. Schrack is 1 for 3, however, in his last trip up to the plate, as this one is fouled off, so the count is 0-2. But in Schrack's last trip up to the plate, he had a single and would later go on to score. It was at the time, this one inside 4-1. Well, actually, not even at the time. That was the first run of the inning, the second for Junction City. They would later go on to score 3 more. Not 3 more, 3 in that inning, so that makes the score 7-4 as we see it now. But it is the top of the 7th here in Baldwin City. Urish is the third pitcher as this one is hit into center field. Maverick Rockers will not make a play on that. Excuse me, that is actually Brennan Johnson. We have kind of a shakeup in the fielding lineup.
Braden Dinkle.
So that is now Brennan Johnson at center. Vincent Esposito moves from first base to left field. It is Tyler Vinia, who was on third base, or who was the third baseman, is now at first, and Grant Simblick as Dinkle shows bunt but pulls away. So that will be 1-0, and now Grant Simblick is at third base. As that one high again, Grieve throws, and actually that is Maverick Rockers at second base, who replaces Christian Kotwitz. So I believe that finishes the loop of players, as this one is fouled off, makes the count 2-1.
So somebody threw the ball already to the player and we were gonna get it. And it was like, I don't know, working or something like that.
Stay. I'll feel nice. That's why I hate that. Count is now 2-1. Make that 3-1 to Braden Dinkle. That's how I know he got it. This pitch outside, so make that a 5-pitch walk. There is 2 on here in the top of the 7th for Junction City. This is now Jarek Braden.
Now batting designated hitter number 26, Jarek Braden.
Gonna try and get something done. As it stands right now, Jarek Braden does represent the tying run. But there are no outs. That is Carson Schrack on second base, as this one is fouled off by Braden. Count is now 0-1. So it is Schrack on second, Dinkle on first, nobody out. Jarek Braden at the plate. The difference in this game right now is 3. With 3 innings to play, as the top of the 7th currently, as this one is maybe just a little high for ball 1.
Ever beat the Brigade this season?
This pitch is fouled off, so the count moves to 1-2. Almost nobody's playing.
Got another one.
Another one? Alright, you want the Fritos?
Yeah.
Sweet. Take that to the dugout.
Okay.
This pitch is low, so that makes ball 2, but it was well blocked by Gannon Grebe. So the players at first and second will remain there, as the count is even at 2 for Jarek Braden. Braden is 1 for 3 with a strikeout looking and a single. That single was his last at bat, and he would later go on to score, as he, I believe, fouls this one off. However, that's going to make Ball made contact with his leg, so he's limping a little bit. However, I think he's going to be okay to go for another one. However, he's going to check with assistant coach Garrett Francis right now. Make sure that he's okay. And I'm not a doctor, so I don't really know anything. Medically, I'm not your guy. So, but it looks like Jarek Braden will be okay. As he steps back into the box, the count is still 2-2 with 2 on and nobody out. This pitch is swung on and missed. So, make that strikeout number 2 for Cal Urish.
Now batting third baseman number 8, Isaac Peggers.
1 out here in the top of the 7th. As Isaac Peggers is the new batter. Peggers is 1 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout. However, that walk, he would later go on to score. He was the first Brigade run. They now have 4 and are looking to add more. Irish steps off, but does not throw back to Carson Track. There's really nobody even close to the base, as Maverick Rocker seems to kind of cheat over when he can. But he's kept where he is, as this pitch by Urish is low for ball 1.
Urish is at 53 right? Is that true?
That's a while ago.
Okay.
I imagine you're right. So, Urish's next pitch is low once again. It was really about the same location. However, that means 2-0 is the count. So Urish looks once again. It's pretty much the same pitch. Third time was not the charm, however, so 3-0 is the count. This pitch, once again, low, 4-4, and that's going to mean the bases are loaded here with 1 out. That brings up George Andrews.
TK coming out.
And manager Tanner Kilmer is going to come out for a mound visit, and with that, we're going to take a break. And when that happens, we're going to have a new pitcher. It looks to be Jacob Lemons. So as he takes his warm-up pitches, we will step aside and see you soon. Do not go anywhere. Back here with the top of the 7th
Now batting
inning.
first baseman number 33, George Andrews.
George Andrews faces the new pitcher, Jacob Lemons. Lemons comes on with the bases loaded, 1 out. Junction City down currently 7-4, so that means Andrews represents the leading run and the tying run on first base. However, got to get through it first. This is George Andrews making his 4th at bat, and Lemons' first pitch is outside for ball 1. Andrews so far is 0 for 2 with a fly out and a reached on error. Lemons' next pitch is low for ball 2. Lemons started the season really off as a starter for Baldwin City and actually continued that through the end of the season. He actually got the start in the last game of the regular season. However, in this postseason, as his next pitch is inside for ball 3, in this postseason has transitioned into a more of a reliever. He pitched the last couple of innings against the Bravos in game 1, ended up getting the win there. So this is his 2nd time in relief, as that pitch, George Andrews has seen enough, and that is a 4-pitch walk. Scores Schrack. The score is 7-5 now.
Now batting right fielder number 5, Dalton Nelson.
And brings up Dalton Nelson. Trying to maybe bring some more runs to his squad. Kind of a tough situation you're in, as this one is hit back up to Lemons. Actually, this will be Kuiper Kendall who will make the throw at first. However, as this happens, Dinkle will score. So we have a 1-run ball game. And as that happens, Peggers advances to 3rd, Andrews to 2nd.
Now batting left fielder number 35, Keegan McDonald.
2 outs to Keegan McDonald. These two played with each other last season, as Lemons is a 2nd-year guy here at the Blues, and I've said it before, but McDonald played here last season. As that pitch is high for ball 1. This pitch inside for ball 2.
The way across the zone, I'd say it's high inside.
So the 2-0 pitch, high for ball 3. This one finds the zone, so the count is now 3-1. This pitch low for ball 4, and as that happens, Peggers will run home, and that will be the tying run. So Peggers scores, and folks, we have a tie ball game. And George Andrews, the leading run at 3rd base. Runners at the corners for Zach Becker.
Now batting catcher number 2, Zach Becker.
And before that, Wilson Kilmer is going to be out to talk to Jacob Lemons. And as that happens, we will step aside. The mound visit is over, and so if you're just now joining us, Junction City has tied up the game with 3 runs here in the top of the 7th, and the situation is this. Runners at the corners with 2 outs. Is George Andrews on third. He represents the leading run. However, this is Zach Becker, the new batter. Becker looking to register his first hit of the game, has a walk, but has failed to reach base in his only 2 actual at-bats. This pitch by Lemons is low for ball 1 as McDonald takes second easily. So there are runners at second and third with 2 outs. 1-0 the count. This pitch by Lemons catches the outside part of the zone, so the count moves to 1-1. It's probably something like what I assume he's back in. So Becker steps off, or maybe it's Lemons. It looks like Becker stepped out first before any signal. It really doesn't matter. My time is called, and now time in, as you would say during tag or something of that sort, is this pitch low and outside. The count moves to 2-1. Deals this one, fouled off to the left side. The count goes even at 2. So the count 2-2 with 2 outs here. There's a lot of symmetry on the scoreboard. 2-2-2, ball strikes outs, 7-7-7, home, or both scores and the inning, but 2-2. Pitch, this one hit up again, so actually it'll stay that way. 2-2 the count. It remains. So 2-2 pitch. Hit to Kuiper Kendall, actually McDonald but the throw to first in time. So that is the end of the inning. 3 runs off, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on. We go to the bottom of the 7th. This game is tied at 7, and with that, we will take a break and be back here shortly. Do not go anywhere. Grant Simblick leads off the bottom
Now
of the
batting
seventh
number
inning.
17, Grant Simblick.
He replaces Christian Kotwitz. And we have a new pitcher as that one goes outside for ball one. This is Cade Perkins, who was selected as a Mid-Plains League All-Star, however, did not come as Simblick sends this one up the middle. So he is on with a lead-off single.
Now batting left fielder number 23, Vincent Esposito.
And that brings up Vincent Esposito, who has 2 singles to his name, but is looking to do something here as this one is hit over the head of the shortstop. So gets another single. Esposito 3 for 4. The line keeps moving. 2 on with nobody out for Gannon
Now batting
Grebe.
number 2, Gannon Grebe.
Gannon Grebe is 0 for 3, looking for his first hit of the night, and this would be a good time for it to come. Put the ball in play every time. 2 lineouts and a flyout. The flyout ended in a double play. Would not want one of those. As Grebe makes contact again, however, this one is going to be fouled off and didn't really finish my introduction of Cade Perkins. Perkins was selected as an All-Star, however, did not play in that game. Is an All-League player as a starting pitcher. Perkins, a native of Manhattan. This is his second year with the Brigade. As Grebe sends this one through the gap in first base. Simblick will be held up, but that is another single. So 3 batters, 3 singles, 3 on with nobody out for Baldwin City.
Now batting number 24, Tyler Vinya.
Which brings up Tyler Vinya. Vinya is 1 for 3. This is all we have left. Vinya is 1 for 3 with a double. He did score on that run. On that, as that breaking ball is in there for called strike 1. However, he did have an RBI sac fly, which brought home to this point the Blues' most recent runner. Or the most recent run, as that pitch is low for ball 1. Finishing Cade Perkins' resume, he's got a lengthy one. Last year, he was selected in the 19th round of the MLB draft by the San Francisco Giants. However, turned it down to play at Cali Community College, where he finished an honorable mention All Kansas Jayhawk Community College Conference player his freshman season. Okay, I think that's it now. Back to the game. That one was outside for ball 2. Well, low and outside. But the count is now 2-1. Bases loaded here with nobody out. And that breaking ball is in there once again, so the count evens up at 2. This breaking ball can't find it just outside. Can't find it. And the count goes full. So obviously we have a new pitcher, which means Laughlin's day is done.
Let me show this line in a second.
Laughlin's a line I don't have in front of me because I never really calculated it, actually. Vinya swings and fouls this one off. Nearly took off the head of Maverick Rockers at the on-deck circle. Luckily for both parties, I was both exaggerating and it missed him. As Vinya is rung up there. Strikeout number 1 for Cade Perkins and 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Now batting number 5, Maverick Rockers.
Which brings up Maverick Rockers, who is 0 for 2 himself. 2 walks, 2 runs in the first 2 at plate appearances. However, since then, that breaking ball misses the outside part of the zone. But since then, a ground out and a fly out to Rockers' credit. So that one, ball 2. This one this pitch by Perkins misses a low, so the count is 3-0 here. And as you do, Rutgers takes on 3-0. It is a strike, so the count is 3-1 now. Situation 3-1 with one out. Bases loaded here as Rutgers takes this one. Once again called strike, so count is now full. But finishing my thought, the game is tied at 7-7 here in the bottom of the 7th in Baldwin City. Rutgers thought that one was low for ball 4, but it is
Now batting
Called.
number 47, Brennan Johnson.
But it is called strike 3, so Cade Perkins has 2 strikeouts, both looking, and there are 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th as Brennan Johnson takes the first pitch for called strike 1. Johnson is 2 for 4. However, those 2 hits came in his last 2 at-bats. If he got a hit, it would obviously bring home a run, as that one is just inside and actually nearly hits Johnson. But it's going to be ball 1. This pitch is swung on by Johnson and fouled off, so the count moves to 1-2. The 1-2 pitch, low and through the legs of the catcher Becker. Grant Simlick will score, and Baldwin City has your lead once again. And as that all happens, all runners move up a base on the, and they all advance via a pass ball. The count is now 2-2. So runners on second and third here, no longer a force at every base, just first now, but that's if Brennan Johnson puts one in play. But the 2-2 pitch fouled off.
When does Brennan Johnson not play?
That's true.
The strikeout percentage is like low.
So the count is 2-2 with 2 outs, 2 on. As Johnson fouls it off again, that is his 3rd foul ball of the at-bat. So not 3, but it is his 2nd in the row for looking for number correlation and symmetry there. One of my favorite things to do in baseball is chock full of them. The count is 2-2 to Johnson. This one low for ball 3.
Yeah, no.
Alright, this is the last one after this round. Thank you for getting all the foul balls. I shut it down so we can come back to this.
Yeah.
So the count is full, as this one just actually hits Johnson, and the bases are going to be full for Zeke Reason.
Now batting number 16, Zeke Reason.
So Zeke Reason sees the bases full once again, as Johnson did before the pass ball that scored Grant Simlick and gave Baldwin City the lead. As a little bit of a infield visit between Perkins and his Brigade teammates. But this is Zeke Reason, who comes in for his first at-bat. He did end up on the base pass in the bottom of the 6th, but that was when he replaced Andrew Brubeck in right field. But now he comes in with 2 outs, as this one is a wild pitch and pretty much a deja vu of the last at bat. Esposito will score. Runners on second and third. Baldwin City's lead is now 2. So now that is Grebe on third, Johnson on second, 1 out to Zeke Reason.
There's 2 outs.
Reason takes the first pitch, low for ball 1.
There's 2 outs.
Yeah.
You said 1 out.
Yeah, that's all right. This pitch low by Perkins. The count goes to 3-0 in 3 pitches, 3 balls. 2 on, 2 outs. Make that 4, and the bases are loaded.
Now batting number 18, Kuiper Kendall.
For Kuiper Kendall, and before that, we're going to have a mound visit by Brigade assistant coach Aaron Eshelman. As that happens, we will step aside and be back in just a couple minutes. We're back, and after not even a couple minutes, it was probably about 30 to 45 seconds. But the mound visit is over, and Kuiper Kendall steps in. He has the bases loaded, and beautiful breaking ball by Perkins. Means called strike 1. Kendall is 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run. However, those came in his first 2 at-bats. Since then, it's been F8 both times, as this pitch misses the zone. So the count is now 1-1. One swung on and fouled by Kendall. The count moves to 1-2. It is 9:18. We've been here for about 2 hours and 20 minutes as time is called. Ready to go here. Once again, the count is 1-2. As Kuiper Kendall saying he went. So that is the end of the inning. Two runs off, no hits. Or 2 runs off 3 hits.
You guys have any stuff in the ball?
No, sorry, we're out.
I know where they go.
But that is the end of the inning. The Baldwin City gets 2 runs, but strands 3. Their lead is now
What's the roaches in there?
2 going into the top of the 8th inning. And with that, we will take a break and
sure.
be back in just a minute. Back here with the top of the 8th inning. This will be Jace Essig to lead it off.
Number 12, Jace Essig.
His squad down 2, but the last time he stepped up to the plate, actually, he did not even bat last inning. He was the only one of his starting 9, or I guess the 9 that are in the lineup, that did not bat. However, actually, everybody that's still in the game from Junction City is their starting 9. But he was the only one that did not bat. The Brigade scored 3 runs the last inning to tie it up. However, Baldwin City has scored 2 to keep the game level. Or actually, not to keep the game level, to keep their lead at 2. This is a new pitcher Austin Rocha, who, as I thought that hit him, his appeal on deaf ears. So it's just inside for ball 1. Rocha started game 2 of the Blues Bravo series, as this pitch is low for ball 2. He did not end up reaching a decision there. It was Nate Bartlett that had the win. However, the Blues got the win in that game, as that pitch is inside. Count now 3-0. This pitch in there, called strike 1.
It's getting pretty close, Mr. Wall. It's getting pretty close. Mm-hmm.
3-1 pitch in there for called strike 2. Essig thought it was ball 4 and actually threw his bat and started to run to first and nearly got hit by the throw from catcher Gannon Grebe to Austin Rocha, but luckily did not. But the count is now 3-2. This one missing in the zone. So Jace Essig works a leadoff walk.
Now batting number 10, Carson Schrack.
For Carson Schrack. Schrack, 2 for 4, single in a run in his last 2 at-bats. He led off the top of the 7th and started the scoring rally for his squad. Could he do it once again? Oh, we'll see. Rocha's first pitch is in there for called strike 1. Make Rocha pitcher number 5 for the Blues. It was Nick Brubeck, that went the first inning, as that one is put into play back to Rocha. He actually lost his glove, but hits the bare hand play to retire Schrack at first. Essig will advance to second in that time.
Now batting number 18, Braden Dinkle.
But Rocha lost his glove, and actually, had he probably kept on to it, he maybe could have turned 2, but you make do with what you got, and he did a pretty good job retiring Schrack. But now there is a runner on second with 1 out, and this is Braden Dinkle. Dinkle walked in his last plate appearance as Essig goes. This one is fouled, so Essig will have to go back to second base, and the count is 0-1. But finishing Dinkle's stats, he is 0 for 2, however, does have an RBI via a sac fly. He has 2 walks and a run off one of them. Dinkle swings and fouls once again. The count is now 0-2. On 2 with 2 outs, runner on second. If you're just now joining us, 1 out. But if you're just now joining us, which I'm not sure how many of you are, if you aren't, as Rocha steps off, turns around, does not throw back to second, as Essig was pretty speedily back to his home base with no problem. I guess actually not his home base, because that would be home, but his assigned base currently is Rocha throws this time. However, the tag applied and not in time. But the score is 9-7 in favor of Baldwin City. We're here at the top of the 8th. Once again, 0-2 the count, 1 out, runner on second. This is Braden Dinkle up to the plate, trying to get something going for his squad. And this breaking ball in there for called strike 3, and Dinkle can't believe it and kind of pointed to home as to maybe say, what was that? But looks good on our end.
Jarek Braden.
And I just received a final score from the Sporting Kansas City game, and well, surprise, surprise, they lost again. However, they lost on penalties to FC Cincinnati, who is one of the best teams in the MLS. However, it's been nothing but pain for me as a Sporting fan for the past couple of years. However, as Jarek Braden takes that first one low for ball one.
Is it ever since 2018?
It's been a while, maybe 2018 or 19, but
And then won the MLS.
Man United, oh no, we won the MLS in like 2013. As Braden will send this one to second. Throw to first in time. So no runs off, no hits. No errors, one left on. We move to the bottom of the eighth. Baldwin City still holding on to their lead. It is 9-7, and with that, we will take a break and be back in just a couple of minutes. Do not go anywhere. Harrison Jewell
Take him back.
comes back. Harrison Jewell leads off the bottom of the eighth inning as Cade Perkins out for another inning of work, or at least I think that is Cade Perkins. I will double check. Yes, that is. As I see 22 of the back of his jersey as
Who's Cade
Harrison
Perkins?
Jewell
Yeah.
swings and misses.
Yeah. It's
And
a
strike
strike
one.
The Giants.
He made a big mistake not.
Jewell swings, misses once again, so the count
Yeah.
is 0-2 to Harrison Jewell. This pitch inside, and now it will actually hit Jewell, so he is on via a leadoff HBP
Now batting number 23, Vincent Esposito.
for Vincent Esposito. Actually,
Excuse
excuse me,
it's
this
actually
is
number 17, Grant Simbley.
Grant Simblick. I got duped by our PA announcer. The blame rests solely on him.
That's right.
Actually, just kidding. It also rests on me because I did not, double check. But it makes up for
Let him know
a
your
couple
first
days.
move.
Makes up for a couple nights ago when I completely got lost in the wrong side of the Bravos order. So we're even now, I guess. But you know what's not even the count? It is 1-0 as Harrison Jewell takes off to second base. Perkins throws back the throw from Andrews at first to second. Not in time. So credit Harrison Jewell with a stolen base. I think he just kind of caught those guys sleeping. But the Blues now have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. And Simblick will foul it off, and it's a little late in the night, but I flinched. That was the first one of the night. If you're new to the broadcast here in Baldwin City, I kind of count every time it happens. And it definitely happened there. So it's my first of the night. It usually happens in about the third inning, but it happened here in the seventh as that pitch was way high.
We're out chips.
So
Yep.
2-1 the count.
A lot of foul balls tonight, for sure.
Yeah, me too. All right, I guess you're gonna just bring that ball back further. I don't know. Tell them again what I do.
As this ball is hit into right field. It will be caught. However, Harrison Jewell tagging up. Thought he was going to. He will not. He'll
God, you
actually
could have made it.
turn around. So
Could have made it.
One out here in the bottom of the 8th. And that brings up Vincent Esposito.
Now batting number 23, Vincent Esposito.
Vincent Esposito is 3 for 4 on the night with 3 singles, including his last one came just last inning. He was Cade Perkins' second batter. He singled as Jewell goes. That pitch is inside, and credit Harrison Jewell with another stolen base. But Esposito would later go on to score, which was the Blues' 9th and at this point most recent run. That one is in there for called strike 1 to even up the count at 1. So 1 it reads at the top of our scoreboard here in Baldwin City as Esposito fouls that one off. It now reads 1-2-1 as 1-2 is the count. Esposito, as I said, 3 for 4 as he sends this one to first base. That will be George Andrews making the play unassisted. So 2 away here. In the bottom of the 8th brings up Gannon Grebe.
Now batting number 2, Gannon Grebe.
Grebe is 1 for 4 on the night. Singled in his last at bat. However, was stranded on third when all was said and done as he fouls off that first pitch. The count goes to 0-1. So the count is 0-1 to Gannon Grebe. This breaking ball means the count is now 0-2. This pitch outside, so the count moves to 1-2. Grebe sends this one too short. However, it is mishandled, but the throw to first, not in time. Tie goes to the runner. I think Grebe actually, it might have been a literal tie. However, as that happened, Harrison Jewell scored. So RBI single for Gannon Grebe.
Now batting number
Baldwin
24,
City
Tyler Vigna.
Scores their 10th run, and they now lead at 10-7 as Tyler Vigna comes up. He's ready to go. Grebe takes off, and this one, designed hit and run play. Ball finds itself in right field. So a single there by Tyler Vigna. The runners are now at the corners with 2 outs.
Now batting number 5, Maverick Rockers.
This is Maverick Rockers, who 2 for 5 tonight. However, has failed to reach base in his... Actually, he's 0 for 3, excuse me. As that one is low for ball 1. Rockers has failed to reach base since his second plate appearance, but walked and scored in his first 2. Vigna will take off, and you throw over to Andrews. Andrews doesn't even throw down to second because I think he knew at that point Grebe was coming home. However, credit Vigna with a stolen base. I think he probably would have gotten there, so not any kind of, defensive indifference or anything like that. The count is 1-0 to Maverick Rockers. Make that 2-0. Make that 3-0. The pitch maybe just a little low, but it means there are 3 balls to Maverick Rockers, who sends this one into right field. Grebe will score. Vigna's coming home. It will not be a throw home, but that means 2 more runs. A 2 RBI single by Maverick Rockers. The lead is now 5.
Brennan Johnson.
For Brennan Johnson, the next batter up. Johnson 2 for 4 However, his one plate appearance facing Cade Perkins ended in a hit by pitch after the count went full, actually. As Johnson takes a big swing at that one. Count now 1-1. Johnson fouls this one off, so the count moves to 1-2. Score now 12-7 in favor of Baldwin City. The count is 1-2 with 2 outs. Maverick Rockers is the man on, and as such, he is the lead runner. And he takes off, and this pitch is low. So he probably he was in there. So another stolen base, and the count is 2-2 now. With Maverick Rockers on second base. Perkins steps off, but he's ready to go once again. As I said, the count is 2-2. As this pitch, it will be called drop third strike, and Maverick Rockers is caught in a pickle. He's going to try and run home, and maybe Cade Perkins will get him. He actually will. Kind of a little shove there, but it will be a drop third strike. Brendan Johnson advanced to first. However, Maverick Rockers out on the base pass, so I'm going to try and figure out how to score that in my scorebook. But as that happens, that is the end of the inning. Baldwin City scores 3 to keep the game at 12-7.
A Isaac Peggers.
Isaac Peggers leads off the top of the ninth for Junction City. His squad making a last-ditch effort to finish this game. They currently trail by 5. They score 12-7. It is the top of the ninth here. Austin Rocha out for another inning of work, and that one fouled off, and I flinched, so make that 2 on the night. Well, the count is 0-1.
Perkins made a huge mistake on that ball.
As that one is fouled off.
What, they shove? They shove?
Yeah, he was the pitcher.
Yeah.
And he was drafted in the 10th round by the Giants.
Yeah.
And he didn't get it. It's like, yeah, I agree with you.
And the count is now 0-2 to Austin Rocha.
No, not. He's getting shoved.
Yeah.
As the count goes, excuse me, it's pitched by Austin Rocha outside 4-1. Means the count 1-2. Rocha's next pitch is fouled off, line to the right side as I don't even know. I think reliever Mason Chance maybe has the cup goggles on. It looks to be. know, when you have an off day, you look to things to occupy you. Chance pitched last night, so obviously wouldn't come in again. But you look for things to occupy you as this pitch is low for ball 2. So the count is 2-2 now. Nobody out, nobody on. This is the leadoff batter, Isaac Peggers, who will take this breaking ball foul. So we will remain at 2-2. Peggers is 0 for 2. However, has 2 walks to his credit, and in both of those walks did score. So either there is some correlation or just a coincidence. We will have to see. However, this pitch goes inside.
Close.
And the count goes full. Nearly actually hit Peggers' butt. Luckily for maybe Peggers' elbow and a Rocha, it didn't. Sometimes you got to put your body on the line to make things happen. As this pitch is hit up the middle, Kuiper Kendall will field it, however, will not get it cleanly. So that's going to be an infield single for Isaac Peggers, and he's on with nobody out.
Now batting number
And
33,
George Andrews.
George Andrews.
George Andrews steps on, 1 on, nobody out. His squad down 5. Where Andrews would love to get something done here. He is currently 0 for 2 with a walk and a reach on error. Actually, 2 walks and a reach on error, but that first one is in there for called strike 1. This pitch is hit deep in right field, and I said the last one with Andrews that one was gone. This one is definitely gone. So a 2-run home run by George Andrews cuts the lead to 3. Junction City trailing by 3 with nobody out.
What's home run?
There's a fly ball. Just always the fly ball, and then that's a home run if you like it. So the score is now
Batting number
12 to
5,
9.
Nelson.
And for that home run by George Andrews. Make that
He's the hardest 3 outs in baseball.
number 2,
Oh, yeah.
but
Hardest 3 outs.
he scored.
Especially
The
with
lead is now 3.
There you
As
go.
Dalton Nelson is the new pitcher, or excuse me, the new batter in. He takes the first pitch called strike 1. Nelson is 0 for 4. Reached on error 1 time. Actually, excuse me. I think he reached on error a couple times, but this one's gonna hit him. So, going on with nobody out.
Now batting number 35, Keegan McDonald.
That brings up Keegan McDonald. But before that, we're going to have a mound visit by pitching coach Logan Whalen. And with that, we will take a break and step aside. Be back
Time to bring
at the conclusion. Well, the end of the mound visit is here. Austin Rocha facing new batter Keegan McDonald. Actually, not new batter, just new to this inning, who fouls the first pitch off for strike 1.
no 2.
That's what we need.
This pitch is outside, and Grebe could not reach that one. So Dalton Nelson reaches second base via a wild pitch, and he's on second. Force no longer at second now. 1-1 count here with nobody out. Rocha throws home. This one fouled off once again. So the count moves to 1-2.
Get that first out. Come on.
Rocha looks back, but he throws home. This one will be hit to second base. The throw
We're going to do.
by, I believe that was Maverick Rockers. Yes, it was. Sorry, I had myself turn around for a second, but the throw is in time. One away here. Dalton Nelson in that time advances to third.
Now batting number 2, Zach Becker.
So Junction City has a runner on third, down 3 runs with 2 outs to play with. And Zach Becker up at the plate.
Keep that run off.
I mean, as long as we're just getting out.
Keep him in the dugout. Keep him in the dugout.
Zach Becker takes the first pitch in there for call strike 1.
Good job. Good pitch.
Nice pitch outside and maybe a little high. Count 1-1 now. So should it come to it, barring anything kind of freak, anything happening as that pitch is low for ball 2, Jason Essig will be the next batter. He is the man on deck, and that's also barring any kind of substitutions. As Becker hits this one to second, Rockers' throw to second is in time. However, Dalton Nelson will score, so the lead is now 2. What, another 4-3?
Perfect.
Now batting
Means
number 12,
the
Jason Essig.
Junction City Brigade are down to their final out. They trail 10-12. Or excuse me, 12-10. I'm never anybody to say the 1 second as this one is hit into right field. Who will grab it? It will be Raisin, and that is the game. So Junction City scores 3 runs in the top of the 9th, but they will fall 12-10, and this series is tied. Baldwin City wins Game 2 by a final of 12-10. That means Game 3 is tomorrow in Junction City. We will have that for you on the Sunflower Sports Network, and we'll actually have the scoreboard and everything. Yes, and you can see Mason Chance's Cup goggles in all their glory. But
With that win,
is
the Baldwin City
the
Blues,
end
that
of the
ties up
game
the series
tonight.
1-1.
I
They
believe it will
playing
be
again in Junction City tomorrow.
Cade
Thanks for
Perkins
coming out
with
and
the
have a
loss,
safe
Austin Arocha
drive
with the
home.
win. So that is it for me in Baldwin City. Maybe there will be another game. Either way, I will be back tomorrow night as Game 3 moves to Raytheon Stadium in Junction City. But until then, this is Joe Compton saying thanks for watching. Have a safe night, safe trip wherever you are. Good night and God bless. See you tomorrow.